here come some big boys making their way out here, Will.
This looks like Braeton, Lawton. You know, and again, somebody like that making their first walk down to the cage in a venue like this, I mean, that's got to be just a crazy feeling.
What was it like for you? What were you thinking? Were you seeking out somebody? Were you trying to see a family member, a friend, somebody for comfort? Or were you only thinking, I got to get my ass in the cage?
It's different
right
for everybody, but I always just remember I just walking down. I was always relaxed. I mean, for the most part, except for my last fight. But just relaxed, getting to the cage, and just, you know, being present in the moment.
Are you thinking game plan or anything? Or if it's your first fight?
If you're thinking game plan right now, you did not prepare. You know, the game planning, the strategy, all those other things should have been planned out in your fight camp. You should know what you want to do. That last week of fight camp is just tuning things up.
And now it's just about reading and reacting,
It's
right?
just about executing. It's about executing your game plan and, you know, finding your path to victory. Braeton Lawton in the blue corner.
He looks like a young guy, too.
He is. These are both young fellas.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoy seeing this next generation of athletes coming up and coming through. Lawton's got his own personalized shorts and everything. I like it.
Wow. Not bad for his first time in the cage. He has definitely given this some thought, that's for sure. Welcome to the cage, Braeton.
We're waiting for Bill Hill to make his appearance.
And who are these guys, the Barnyard Misfits?
And that's what I found online. Yeah, the Barnyard Misfits. I do my best to do a little bit of, you know, social media stalking and just kind of research, getting to know some of these folks before I call the fights.
Well, the best part of that is you aren't even looking at notes. You just somehow commit this stuff to memory.
When you love it, you don't have to think about it.
I love it.
You know, this is what I love. I don't care about football, baseball. I don't care about any of that.
I was going to ask you about that. Will you even watch any of
that?
No.
I watch Muay Thai, boxing, mixed martial arts, combat, jiu-jitsu, and that's about it.
You don't even have a favorite NFL team or a rooting interest?
No, I like fight.
So what are you going to do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow when there's no fighting on?
Well, I'm going to be doing my workout and getting ready for the early prelims to start at 5.
That's right, the early prelims.
And then I will be unavailable to the public for about 6 hours.
Do you even have a favorite football team?
No.
Good for you.
Football is I can't. I just can't anymore.
So you're either all in or all out.
Yeah, it's all combat sports. I mean, you know, I love my kids. They play sports, but this is my love. This is my passion. Martial arts, combat sports. And, you know, that's why I feel so grateful to be here with you tonight.
Well, that's why I lean on you for all things martial arts.
Here we go. We got Bill Hill making his way in. Nice and relaxed. Again, he's 1-0 coming off of a unanimous decision win.
So these guys are bangers. I think over-under on this is maybe a half of a round.
Well,
this
no,
could
I mean,
be over
the
quick,
thing is with the shin guards, though, it does change it because you're not ground and pounding to the face.
Yep.
It tends to slow the tempo down a little bit and really allow these athletes to really execute.
And I think that is an important thing that you brought up. The shin guards mean that it's novice, right? So you can strike in a ground and pound, just not to the head, which is the difference maker.
That's what's usually going to end a fight. You're not going to end a fight by kneeing. Well, I mean, I actually did see somebody's rib get broken with knees to the belly, and that did end the fight, but that's the statistical outlier. You know, for the most part, you're not going to end a fight by doing ground and pound to the body.
I don't think this fight ends up on the ground unless it's just some kind of a slip or it gets sloppy. I think these two guys
Well, and I think you're right, because
bang.
watching a little bit of Bill Hill's tape, most of the stuff I see him doing is standing, so I think that's kind of his comfort zone. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
The following contest on the card for Cage Wars 55, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Weighed in yesterday, 251 pounds even. Fighting out of Johnstown, New York, Braeton Lawton. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in last night, 261 pounds. Representing Barnyard Misfits Mixed Martial Arts out of Copenhagen, New York, Bill Hill.
Bill Hill looking like he's enjoying himself.
Man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Dan Mergliotta.
I love this fight.
I do too.
I don't know why, but I
love it.
I feel this is even match. These are two boys, look like they're from the sticks. It seems like they've done this before.
Bill Hill all smiles.
Look at him.
I already like him.
I love this fight. Bring it, boys. Here we go.
And as you see, Bill's got his hands loose. Got to be careful throwing that kick without a punch, though.
Oh, he is throwing
He's definitely trying to engage with Braeton. Ooh, that
And he
got
hurt
him.
him with a jab.
But
Unless it was
he
an eye poke.
might have poked him in the eye.
Okay.
Dan Mergliotta, Big Dan, warning him about having those fingers extended. And that is a difficulty because it's an open hand glove, and a lot of the techniques are open hands pairing to return. So it's more prevalent than folks might think.
All right, boys. I like it.
You can definitely tell Braeton's trying to counter-strike.
Both guys look very
Nice jab off that cross.
and very relaxed, don't you think? I mean, it's sometimes you'll see kind of a rock'em sock'em robot style for such inexperienced fighters at this weight class, but very relaxed and patient. I like it.
Right now, Bill Hill's trying to throw some feints out there to see what his opponent does in response. This is that feeling out process.
Hill's got some good. He's fast. He's got some good fast twitch. He
You
looks
see
quick
him
for a
using
big
that
guy.
head feint?
Yeah. He's quick.
He is for a big boy.
Man, he just got rocked with a jab.
He's got to be careful coming in, though, dropping that right hand as he tries to deliver the jab. Because, again, his opponent is trying to counter-strike on the way back.
You know, we talked about this being Braeton Lawton's first time in the cage. It doesn't look like it.
No, he's doing a great job. I would say that, you know, he's going to want to get his back off of that cage, though. There we go.
He appears to enjoy counter-striking. I think he wants Hill to kind of swing for the fences. He could come with that quick hook.
Hill's showing some good awareness with the head movement. Staying just out of range, coming back in, popping. I'd like to see him tie some hands to those feet.
And Lawton's got to be a little bit more active, too.
If you want to win this round, yeah, you've got to take it.
Hill switches stance, and so does Lawton.
But again, showing those feints, he wants to see what Lawton does because he's trying to set something up in his mind. Back to orthodox.
Lawton's waiting to counter-strike. He wants a quick hook.
Right now, I'd like to see Hill use some teeps to the stomach. Lawton's a little bit flat-footed. And I'd like to see, oh, there we go, he hooked that foot. I'd like to see Lawton work off the double jab and close the distance.
Doesn't look like Lawton's really committing to any of his kicks or punches or anything, which kind of surprises me.
He is not. Well, you know, Bill's doing a good job getting out, coming back in, and Lawton's seeing that. You know, being the shorter guy and you know, losing the range battle like that can be frustrating, which is why he's trying to bait him in.
I mean, and Hill has done a lot of different feints and stuff, and he should be able to get Lawton off balance, maybe fake a kick and then come with a punch. He's talking shit to him right now.
He is, and you know, here's the thing too. If you look, you know, Braeton Lawton's moving a whole lot more than Bill Hill has to because Bill Hill's establishing himself in the center of the cage. Braeton Lawton has to go around him.
Wow. And Hill
Braeton Lawton lift for the legs. Oh, end of the round.
You know, Hill just kind of cranked it up. It looked like Hill could probably step on the gas pedal at any point. I would imagine that in round two, he's going to come out a little bit more of a frenetic pace.
Usually in round two, when there's that feeling out round, you know, it's like a computer. You're taking it all in. You're computing. What did my opponent do when I did this feint? What did he do when I moved this way? And then they're going to start putting these combos together off of those reads.
Well, about 4 minutes ago, I loved this fight. Right now, I like this fight a lot.
Yes. You know, I think that right now, you know, Bill Hill has kind of just gotten Braeton Lawton kind of off of his rhythm. And, you know, that's just a testament to Bill Hill doing a better job.
What would you be telling Braeton Lawton? This is he just had his first round in the ring. What do you tell him now as he gets set for round two?
You've got to throw more strikes together. I'd like to see the double jab or a jab cross, something that's going to close that distance, make your opponent react to you, and start to string these things together.
Couple of big boys here getting ready for round number two. We think that Hill probably won round number one. Braeton looks like he's still, Lawton I should say, looks like he's still shaking off the effects of that early eye poke, but.
Well, you know, but again, like I said, I mean, he also made Lawton move a lot in that round. That's a lot of extra energy expenditure, especially for somebody who's first time in the cage. You know, Bill Hill is commanding the center of the octagon and making Lawton work around him. I'd like to see Hill use more than one strike at a time, though. He's now established the range. He's established his dominance on the feet at this point. I'd like to see him start putting some jabs, roundhouse together, cross, hook, roundhouse.
I mean, he looks like he's got, you know, some skills, and he can put together some combinations. He's just a little bit leery to let his hands go. and his opponent really isn't doing much back with him. The fight is here for Hill, I think, if he wants to press the issue.
There we go.
And there it is.
But again, I'd like to see him follow it up with some hands. Maybe a jab, hook, roundhouse.
Hill is stalking him right now, and he's doing a pretty decent job of mixing it up. He's just not throwing enough. And if you're Braeton Lawton, you got to fight back. You got to come off the cage, and you got to give some max effort here because he's just dwindling away.
Well, at this point, you know, he's more fighting to survive the round than to win it. And right now, you know, for all intents and purposes, he's already down 1 round. So, you know, he's got to fight back here, and he's got to give the judges something to think about.
There he goes. He's showing a little heart right now. Hill pretty much imposing his will on him right now.
He's holding the groin like, you know, it was a groin shot, but I didn't see a groin shot. Can't say it didn't happen. And again, you look, I mean, he's got Lawton backing up, turning his back, showing timidity. I mean, right now, he's in control.
Oh, and he hit him with a left hand.
Bill Hill is in control of this fight.
And this fight's not going to go out.
No, I mean, it looks like Lawton wants a way out.
That's it.
Dan Mergliotta saw the timidity that Lawton was showing, you know, and that's part of the thing in the judging and in the referee course. When you show timidity, you know, that's part of a reason to stop the fight.
Well, it's right, and it started by turning his back to him.
That's a timidity.
Without a doubt.
Big Dan making the smart call.
And that was a great stoppage and a good win. And a good win there for Bill Hill.
You know, and I will say that I think Bill Hill, you know, would have had more output if he had a more willing dance partner.
Nice job. A win is a win. And Braeton Lawton got some experience too, something to build on. I mean, listen, he's got the customized shorts. He can't be one and done. He's got to.
No, he's got to come back.
He's got to come back.
But again, you know, this is a big show, big promotion. You know, first time. You know, I respect everybody that comes in here and does it. Here we go, looking at the replay. Jab, cross. He starts to show that timidity. You know, he's not intelligently defending himself at that point. Looking down at the ground. Dan had already seen that timidity leading up to that point, and that was enough for him. Braeton Lawton knew too. He papped Dan on the back. Waiting for the final decision. Mike Falvo is conferring with the USMTA officials. Dan Mergliotta in the cage. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
How about a round of applause for these two great fighters, ladies and gentlemen? Referee Dan Mergliotta has called a stop to the fight 1 minute 52 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by TKO due to strikes, Bill Hill.